Imagine sitting in the grand halls of Rome, discussing philosophy and politics, military strategies, and matters of state with the wisest minds of the time. And standing at the forefront is Marcus Aurelius, a leader who combined wisdom with power in an unparalleled way, demonstrating how one can indeed outsmart everyone else. How did he do it, you ask? Well, prepare yourself for a thrilling adventure into the mind of this legendary figure as we unravel the strategies he used to outsmart his contemporaries and enemies alike. So, if you've ever wondered how you can apply these same principles in your own life to rise above the rest, then strap in, because we're about to take off.
Tell me again, Maximus. Why are we here?
Marcus Aurelius, the last of the 5 good emperors, a philosopher in a toga, and a keen observer of the human condition. This wasn't just a man who ruled an empire, he was a man who ruled his mind. Now, isn't that a fascinating combination? The first thing you must know about Marcus Aurelius and his ability to outsmart everyone else is that it wasn't a product of natural genius or cunning strategy. No, it wasn't about being the smartest person in the room. It was about a mindset, a Stoic philosophy that allowed him to see the world from a different perspective. Consider this quote from his personal writings, known today as Meditations. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Now think about that for a moment, dear friend. How often do we get overwhelmed by the events around us? How often do we let outside circumstances control our thoughts, our feelings, our actions? This was the first principle that Marcus Aurelius mastered, the understanding that we cannot control everything that happens to us, but we can always control how we respond. And with this, he outsmarted not just others, but his circumstances, his fate, and his destiny. Imagine having that power, that control over your life. How does that sound to you, dear viewer? Think about it, reflect on it, and let's dive deeper in the next segment. Stay with us. All right, my friend. Let's take this journey further into the mind of Marcus Aurelius. This is a journey that takes us from merely understanding life to mastering it, just as the emperor did. We talked about the power of controlling our response to external events. Now, let's dive into a different realm, the realm of wisdom and judgment. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth." Can you fathom the depth of this statement? The world around us is teeming with opinions and perspectives, but it's up to us to sieve through these and uncover the truth. How often do we accept things at face value without digging deeper? How often do we let others' opinions define our reality? Marcus Aurelius outsmarted others by not allowing their opinions or perspectives to cloud his judgment. He always sought the truth. He always looked deeper. This didn't mean he ignored advice or feedback. Quite the opposite, really. He valued diverse perspectives, but never let them overshadow his pursuit of the truth. And by doing so, he maintained a clarity of thought that's rare to find. Now, what about you, my friend? Are you ready to challenge the opinions and perspectives around you and find your own truth? If yes, then join me as we delve deeper into the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius in the next part. I promise it will be enlightening. All right, so let's consider another Marcus Aurelius gem. The best revenge is not to be like your enemy. Now you might be thinking, what does that have to do with outsmarting everyone? Stay with me. This statement is pure genius. It's about outsmarting without conflict. Think about it. How do you typically respond when someone annoys you or treats you poorly? Maybe you're tempted to snap back, to get even. But Aurelius advises against that. He says the smartest move is to rise above, to refuse to stoop to their level. Let's imagine you're in a heated discussion with a colleague. They start using personal attacks, low blows. You can fight fire with fire, sure. But what does that achieve? It just escalates the conflict and probably makes both of you feel worse. Instead, what if you stayed calm? What if you kept your arguments logical, respectful, and objective? In doing so, you're refusing to be like your adversary. You're taking the high road. You maintain control, not just over the situation, but over yourself, which is the only thing you truly have control over. And the real beauty of this approach? It disarms your adversary. It's hard for people to keep arguing with someone who won't argue back. You could end up de-escalating the conflict. which is a much more desirable outcome. So when you face conflict, remember this: the smartest move isn't always to fight back. Sometimes it's to rise above. You can outsmart your adversary without even engaging in their game. In this fourth part of our journey, we'll dive deep into a secret weapon that Marcus Aurelius used: the art of self-reflection. This art is another pillar of Stoicism and a key factor in understanding how Marcus managed to outsmart not just others, but his own weaknesses as well. Now let's take a moment to ponder about the idea of self-reflection. It's simple, really. It's about taking time out from your day, disconnecting from the outside world, and turning your gaze inward. It's about understanding your emotions, your strengths, your weaknesses, and most importantly, your true self. But it's more than just mere introspection. It's about being brutally honest with yourself. It's about acknowledging your faults and working to rectify them. Marcus Aurelius said, "Look well into thyself. There is a source of strength which will always spring up if thou wilt always look." So, my friends, self-reflection isn't just about understanding your inner world. It's about tapping into your inner reservoir of strength and resilience. It's about learning from your past, living in the present, and planning for the future. Imagine a world where you're not swayed by the whims and opinions of others. Imagine being rooted in your own convictions, beliefs, and values. That is what self-reflection can provide you. You may wonder, how can I practice self-reflection? Start by setting aside time each day for introspection. Maybe at the end of the day, take a few minutes to reflect on your actions, decisions, and emotions. And remember, be honest, be patient, and be open to change. So, shall we move forward, my friend? Are you ready to embrace the art of self-reflection and tap into your inner strength? The journey is still long, but it's a path trodden by great leaders like Marcus Aurelius. So, let's follow in his footsteps, for he knew that self-reflection was a key to outsmarting everyone else. Let's now turn our attention to one of the most crucial tools in Marcus Aurelius's arsenal of wisdom: practicing moderation. In our modern world, where excess often takes precedence over balance, this ancient principle might just be the ticket to outsmarting everyone else. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Do every act of your life as if it were your last." Now, what if we told you that he didn't mean to go all out and do everything to the extreme? He was all about temperance, about doing just enough, about striking that perfect balance in life. Why, you might ask? Well, imagine the last slice of your favorite pizza sitting there on the plate. The temptation to devour it all at once can be overwhelming, right? But what if you ate it mindfully, slowly, savoring each bite? The satisfaction drawn from that one slice, eaten in moderation, could surpass the fleeting pleasure of devouring an entire pizza in one go. So, is it becoming clear, my friend? This principle of moderation isn't about depriving yourself. It's about experiencing life fully, but within boundaries that prevent harm to oneself or others. Marcus understood that a life lived in excess led to discontentment and dissatisfaction. So he chose moderation, which brought him peace, clarity, and above all, control over his actions and decisions. As we delve deeper into this journey, I encourage you to reflect on this principle. How can you apply moderation in your own life? Is it in your eating habits, your work-life balance, or maybe your screen time? Remember, the goal isn't to restrict, but to control, not to withhold, but to balance. And in that balance, you will find the strength to outsmart everyone else. Ready for our final step in the journey? It's just around the corner, and it's sure to leave you inspired. All right, friends. As we round off this incredible journey through Marcus Aurelius's wisdom, let's end on a note that's truly transformative. What's the one thing that can truly empower you to outsmart everyone else? It's simple: build resilience. Resilience is not just about bouncing back from adversity. It's about how you grow through it, how you use it as a stepping stone to evolve into a stronger, wiser version of yourself. And Marcus was a master of resilience. He once wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This, folks, is the core of resilience. Viewing every obstacle as an opportunity, every setback as a setup for a comeback, every failure as a lesson to be learned. Consider for a moment the challenges that you're facing in your life. Do you perceive them as roadblocks, or can you see them as opportunities for growth? Marcus's wisdom invites us to shift our perspective, to embrace adversity as a friend rather than an enemy. Every single struggle you face has the potential to teach you, to shape you, and to make you stronger. As Marcus Aurelius showed us, it's not about avoiding obstacles. It's about using them as tools for growth and transformation. And so, as we end this journey through the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius, I leave you with this. Start viewing your challenges as opportunities. Build resilience. And remember, it's not just about outsmarting everyone else. It's about becoming the best version of you. Thank you for joining me on this enlightening adventure. I hope you take these lessons to heart and incorporate them into your own lives. And remember, personal growth is a journey, not a destination. Until next time, keep growing, keep learning, and keep striving for greatness.